It was one of the best nights for Marcus with the lady he got on the street, Debbie, after a nightstand. To Debbie, it's strictly business and no time for pleasure, as she was about to leave to find the next customer. Marcus wanted company this time and was willing to pay if that would make her stay. It was morning and Marcus offered breakfast before she left. She enjoyed the meal made by his manservant. After much thought, he asked her if he can be his company for his 2-week stay in the country before going back to the States. She was fine with that only if he was willing to pay. Afterwards, they agreed on a deal of $100K per day. This literally means that she will be staying with him for 2 weeks during his stay in the country. Debbie was really happy with the contract and emphasized more on giving him more pleasure than what they heard the previous night. Debbie couldn't wait to tell her roommate Lillian, who is also a sex worker. She told her friend to be careful because, with the hard economy in the country, it's only a guy who makes it illegitimately will be willing to give a woman $100K per day. And she should be sure that her life is up for risk with such an illegitimate guy for rituals, but Debbie doesn't think he is into such. Lillian had to then ask her for her location should anything go south. Marcus's mission in Nigeria was to sell his late father's company and go back to the state to invest the money in his business. Just then, a man who happens to be his relative came in to know why he came back to the country and failed to do the right thing by paying homage to the family and the king's men before going ahead to sell the company. Marcus told him rudely that none of them deserves his respect by not informing him that his father is dead, only for them to send him pictures of his late father after the burial and ask him to leave his office. Marcus also didn't want her to leave his house for a minute. He gave her a huge amount of money to get decent clothes online for her stay for 2 weeks, but her vendors online were failing her. Osars, who happens to be the boss's manservant, told her that he has a vendor he could call to get her the clothes that she wanted. Carlos happens to be his agent looking for a buyer for his company. They were communicating to an interested buyer, but the buyer is aware of the family's saga with Marcus and his sisters over the property, so he would like to have a meeting with Marcus to be sure that he is the legitimate heir of the company. Debbie got the dresses from Osars's vendor. Marcus loved what he saw when he came in. He told her that she is beautiful and looks different, unlike the indecent dress she had on her the other night. He also asked her to get prepared to go out with him on a business meeting with a client and also his sisters who will be around for the meeting. Be sure that it's only a man who is interested in you, would want you to know about his business, and also introduce you to his family. But can a hooker get this lucky? Although that doesn't stop their agreement for pleasure, because Marcus likes sex. They talk dirty as Debbie tells him about her escapades with sleeping with different men on a daily basis, but she felt comfortable with only him with the fact that he is good in bed with the mouth-watering offer without stress. To our amazement, Lillian and her elder sister Ada are the sisters Marcus has but from different mothers. The truth is that the family treated Marcus and his mother badly until his late father realized that the lady's mother was a bad wife and had to chase her out until he died. The ladies felt bad for what they did to him and wanted to make amends. But could it be because of the inheritance that was willed to him? Debbie reminded him about the meeting with his client and siblings he told her about before they were carried away with pleasure. He told her that he will reschedule and also told her about his mission in the country when she asked about where he goes to every morning, since he only came back from the States for a vacation. She advised him not to sell the company, but find capable hands to run it if he decides to still travel out, because no one knows tomorrow. To Marcus, this is the most sensible thing he had heard her say. He was going to think about it. Debbie was really getting bored with the house. This is not the kind of life she wants because she likes to mingle and jingle. She wants Osars to keep her company. He knows that he would lose his job should he sit with his boss's mistress when he showed her the camera in the living room. Debbie never knew that there were cameras everywhere. She had already asked Lillian to come around before she knew about the cameras, otherwise she wouldn't have invited her to avoid problems. But she had no choice and took her inside the bedroom. Debbie can't stop showing to her all the gifts and benefits she has gotten from this guy, and the fact that he is really good in bed makes everything sweeter. Ada had to go see her half-brother alone at the office because Lillian doesn't care much. Marcus was still hostile to the lady and wouldn't forget all they did to him and his mother, but he offered to see her and Lillian for another meeting if he must listen to the ladies. Lillian finally accepted his invitation together with her sister, but what do you expect from a hooker with courtesy in a decent gathering? She has been on top of her voice without good manners, even without being remorseful over what they did to him as a child, and even when he called for a dialogue. But Debbie's manner seems different to staying with him without issues. Could it be that she's different? The meeting couldn't hold due to Lillian not owning up to her responsibility, so Marcus asked them to leave. Debbie could show from her actions that she's not comfortable with the way things were going with him and his sisters. Marcus tried to waive the conversation. He told her that she needed some good hair to wear, so he was going to give her some money to get it. He wouldn't stop complimenting her and also wants more than just sex, but she always tries to remind him that she is here for business. Debbie later called her to know how she was doing. The good thing is that they understood the girl code by acting like they never knew each other the last time. She tried to convince Lillian that Marcus is a good guy, and not like what happened the last time. She cares much about her friend and wouldn't mind finding the company's documents and bringing it to her. Lillian told her not to worry herself in getting involved in the family saga, but to focus on what she went to his house to get. But let's be frank here with the ladies. Which lady will still want to get back to the street if luck presents itself like that of Debbie? She has been thinking lately about making better plans with Marcus since he likes her and has been making an effort all this while. Ever since the 2 weeks, a lot has changed about her essentially with her modest dressing, but the street life has taken a toll on her. She was already making plans on going back to the street when the 2 weeks elapsed. She asked Osars if he has a girlfriend, so she could give him all the dresses she bought here to give to his girlfriend, since she wouldn't be needing them for her daily hustle back in the street. Meanwhile, Marcus is at the verge of selling the company with a close deal, hoping to be sealed any time soon. They were already celebrating their wins as he also invited Debbie to his office. Sadly, Marcus told his friend about Debbie and introduced her as a prostitute. Ever since then, Carlos kept using demeaning words on her by calling her names related to a hooker in their conversations. This really pissed her up when they got home as her mood changed. Even though everything started on a wrong note and perception that she sleeps around, that doesn't mean that he should keep advertising her. The truth is that only girls who feel bad being on the street would easily get hurt by displeasing words, while ladies who enjoy the street will retaliate to any form of confrontation. Marcus knew that he was wrong and tried to please her. The following day, Marcus was getting prepared with the company's documents with the call on the phone with Carlos to come pick up the documents. He is happy that he will be 5 billion naira richer when he sells the company. He happens to be a generous guy also, and he offered to give her 5 million naira to start up when he returns back to the state. It was the day to seal the deal. He wanted her to come with him like she was already his girlfriend, but she pretended to be weak, so she asked him to go, not knowing that she has other plans of escalating what he was about to do to his sisters. His sisters were supposed to have a share in the company, even though their father willed everything to him. She tried calling Lillian, but she wasn't picking her calls. Debbie decided to go see her. Osar saw her leaving. He offered to take her wherever she wanted to go due to the heavy traffic, which she obliged. Debbie, as a good friend, can't watch her friend and elder sister allow him sell the company. Lillian insisted that she stay away from the family affair. Debbie also told her about the 5 million naira he offered to give to her. Lillian has one piece of advice for her, which is for her to focus on Marcus, because it's only a man who likes her will do all these for her, aside from him being too generous. She was back home before Marcus returns. She heard a knock on the door, but it was Carlos. He came to see his friend and wouldn't mind waiting until he was back. This was the opportunity he has got to tell the hooker, with his humiliating manners, that Marcus will be leaving the next day with the flight ticket in his hand. He offered her a much better offer if she would become his mistress. She rejected his offer at once and told him to his face that he is disrespectful. Carlos wouldn't accept such from a low-class girl and wanted to tame her when Marcus came in. He still didn't recognize that Marcus was around because there was a first impression about her. This showed how rude and disrespectful a man can be to a woman no matter who she is and what she does in the society. Marcus chased him away from his house with an order not to be allowed inside anymore. She felt so bad, but wouldn't let the low self-esteem overrule her. She thinks she has overstayed her welcome. She wants to leave since he was leaving the next day. Before she left, he gave her the 5 million naira that he promised her. To her, he is a generous kind, but she doesn't want it if he was going to leave without helping his sisters, but a random hooker he picked from the street. She also opened up about knowing his sisters and what Lillian does for a living like her. She begged him to forgive his sisters and help them before leaving. Marcus was about to leave when he thought about everything she told him. He picked up his phone and called the buyer that he was no longer interested in selling his company and will be making a refund of payment. Debbie was back to the street after 2 weeks, but her character shows that she is not meant for the street. It is only a matter of time will a person's character and attitude speak for them. Marcus came back. He has never seen a lady like her kind in the street and off the street. He's here to stay and wants them to do this forever. The truth is that not all ladies on the street are what you think. If you can't love them, please do not disrespect them because no one is a saint.
Thanks for watching. Please comment your thoughts and also like and share this video for more super amazing videos that we are bringing to you. And if you're watching from our YouTube channel, you can also subscribe and turn on your notification for more. Thank you.